Good evening, everyone. I just want to put the translator up. Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, let me just close what's going on there. Let's just. Okay, let me quickly talk to you while we wait for the others. Let's just talk about what we will learn today. Um, so, let me just increase the lighting on the screen. Okay, so in the last lesson, we learned how to use want and would to talk about things you want to do and things you do not want to do, right? So you learned how to talk about this in the affirmative. You learned to talk about this in the negative. You learned how to ask questions and you learned how to answer the questions, right? So I want us to do a quick audio exercise before we continue with the lesson today. So I want to share this on the screen quickly. So this is exercise number 47.11. Okay. Right, so, okay. Let's just allow the others in. Welcome, good evening. Okay, so as I was saying, in the last lesson, we learned how to use want and would, right? And would to talk about things you want to do and things you do not want to do. Welcome, Wangse. And in today's so what we learned was how to say this in the affirmative, so in the positive. We also learned how to say this in the negative, right? And we learned how to ask questions and how to answer questions. Okay, so I want us now to do a quick audio exercise, and we will listen. Before I play the audio, I want us to just look at the questions quickly. Okay, I will first show you the questions. So when we listen to the audio, I need you to pay attention. Okay, so we'll do a quick audio exercise, and we will answer questions 1 to 5. In fact, what I'm going to do is let's quickly do it together one at a time. Okay, so let me do this. Let me share. Okay, let me just. Okay, welcome. So let us start with the example. Let's begin with the example. Okay, so I'll share my screen with you. So in the example, the question is, does Mark want to play tennis later? So let's quickly listen. Let me do this. So the question is, does Mark want to play tennis later? Let's hear. Oops.
Play tennis later.
What time?
Hey, Mark. Would you like to play tennis later?
What time?
6 p.m. at the court in Eastville Park.
Okay. See you later.
Okay, so the question is, so the question is, does Mark want to play tennis later? Is it yes, he does, the answer?
Yes, he does.
Or no, he doesn't? Yeah. So it's yes, he does, right? Now, let's listen to number 1. Would Sarah like to go to a restaurant today? Yes, she would, or no, she wouldn't. Let's quickly listen. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Hi, Sarah.
Hold on. My mouse is my computer mouse is a little bit it's going crazy today. Okay. All right. So let's listen to what Sarah says.
Hi, Sarah. Do you want to come to that new restaurant?
Oh, not today. I'm very tired.
Oh, well, another time.
So let's listen one more time.
Hi, Sarah. Do you want to come to that new restaurant?
Oh, not today. I'm very tired.
Oh, well, another time.
Okay. So the question then is, does Sarah, let me just put this on the screen. So the question then is, would Sarah like to go to a restaurant today? Is the
No,
answer?
she wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't. Do you remember why? Raksha?
Because he said he's too, I think, sad.
Yeah, she said, I'm too tired. Yes. Okay, now let's listen to number 2. So this is the question here says, does Vangelis want to make the dinner? Right? Does Vangelis want to make the dinner? Is it yes, he does, or no, he doesn't? Okay, let's quickly listen. Okay, let's hear who can get this one right. Okay.
Vangelis, how are you?
So it's Vangelis, right?
Vangelis, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Sophie. Actually, I want to cook a meal for some friends tonight. I love cooking, and I can't wait. Do you want to come?
That's great. I'd love to. Thanks.
Okay, let's hear it one more time.
Vangelis, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Sophie. Actually, I want to cook a meal for some friends tonight. I love cooking, and I can't wait. Do you want to come?
That's great. I'd love to. Thanks.
So what is the answer here? Does Vangelis want to make dinner?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he goes.
Yes, he does. And he's inviting some friends, right?
Yes.
Now, let's hear number 3. Let's see. So the question here is, would Lee like to work on Saturday? Let's see if you can get this one right. So
No, I see.
let's hear it.
Hey, Lee. We want some people to work on Saturday at the music festival. Can you do it?
Is it the big festival at the park?
That's right.
Great. There are some really good bands playing. What time do you want me to come?
Okay, let's hear it one more time.
Hey, Lee. We want some people to work on Saturday at the music festival. Can you do it?
Is it the big festival at the park?
That's right.
Great. There are some really good bands playing. What time do you want me to come?
So what is the answer there? Would Lee like to work on Saturday? Is it yes or no?
No, I think he's go crazy.
Yeah, he said yes.
Oh, yes.
He said that he would. The lady asked him if he wants to work on Saturday. I think it's at a music concert because the lady is talking about a band that is playing. Let's quickly hear it one more time. Okay, let's hear this.
Hey, Lee. We want some people to work on Saturday at the music festival. Can you do it?
Is it the big festival at the park?
That's right.
Great. There are some really good bands playing. What time do you want me to come?
Yeah. So it's a music festival, right? Just like so it's a music festival on Saturday, and he said he would like to come because there will be some music bands playing, right? Some amazing bands. Okay. Let's listen to whether if Mary wants to skateboard tonight. The question is, does Mary... Sorry, let me put this on the screen. So the question there is, does Mary want to skateboard tonight? Let's quickly hear that. If you can, let's see who can get the answer first. Let's hear this.
Hello, Mary. How are you?
I'm fine. What are you up to?
I want to skateboard at the park this evening. Do you want to come?
At what time?
About 8 p.m.?
Sorry, no. I want to stay home and watch TV tonight.
That's a shame. Oh well.
So does Mary? Let's hear it.
Hello, Mary. How are you?
I'm fine. What are you up to?
I want to skateboard at the park this evening. Do you want to come?
At what time?
About 8 p.m.?
Sorry, no. I want to stay home and watch TV tonight.
That's a shame. Oh well.
So does Mary want to skateboard? Does Mary want to skateboard tonight?
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't, right? No, she doesn't. Very
Yes,
good.
no, she doesn't.
Do you
because
remember
she
why?
yes, because she wants watch TV at night.
Yes, that's right. Now let's listen to the last one. So the question is, would, I think this name is from India. I think this is an Indian name. I think it's Anushka. I think so. I think it's a name from Russia or from India, this name here. Would Anushka like to go bowling? Is the question. Okay, let's listen. Let's see. I hope I'm saying the name correctly. Let's quickly hear. Okay, so this is the last one.
Hello, Anushka. I want to go bowling tonight. Would you like to come with me?
Is it at the mall?
Yeah, at 6 o'clock.
Great. I'll be there.
Okay, let's play it one more time.
Hello, Anushka. I want to go bowling tonight. Would you like to come with me?
Is it at the mall?
Yeah, at 6 o'clock.
Great. I'll be there.
Okay, so the question is, would Anushka like to what's the question? Would Anushka like to go bowling?
Yes, she would.
Yes, she would, right? Because she said that she wants to, and she confirmed the time, right? She asked what time and which location, so she can be there, right? So here you can see how you ask questions, right? This is what we concentrated on in the last lesson. This is what we focused on in the last lesson. Now, for today, I want us to continue, and we will talk about your studies, right? So you will learn how to use I would and I want to talk about your studies, like what you are learning, right? And to say which subjects you want to learn, right? So for this, so you can study one thing, but when it's many things that you are studying, then it's studies, right? So here the original word is study, right? But when you have many things you are studying, or study projects, then it's your studies, right? The plural is studies. So one study, when it's two or more, then it's studies, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so in fact, let me just write it down. So I'm just gonna put the translator up. So here so it's one study, and then when it's two or sorry, let me put it this way. So it's one, I'm just gonna write the number one, okay? So if it's one or singular, right? You say study, right? Like that, with a Y. So when it's two or more, then it's plural, okay? It's plural, then it becomes studies, right? So that's the grammar rule. So today we are going to learn to talk about your studies using I want and I would, right? Want and would, okay? So again, here you use adverbs, okay? So it's words that tell you more about the verb, right? So here you use adverbs to say how much you want to do them, okay? But before we are going to practice, I want to teach you some academic subjects, okay? So you can study English, like this is a subject, right? You can here you can see English. You can study so this is a language, right? It's a language that you are studying, okay? And then let's look at others. Here you can study art, okay? So it's about drawing, right? Art and design, right? So art and design. So it's about being creative, right? You can study drama if you want to become an actor, right? Or maybe be involved in making movies or something like that. You can also study, look at this word here. This is physical education, right? So can you read here? Let's say physical. So you pronounce it as an F, right? This one, PH, physical, right? Physical education. So when you study physical education, then you can teach people how to stay fit and healthy, right? Let me just put this in the translator. So yeah, so I just want to make sure I've got the right. Oops. Okay, I understand now what is going on. You can't see the textbook. Okay, let me just put this here. Okay. Right. So, all right. So here we are. So when you talk about your studies, right, you can use I would and I want to say which subjects you want to learn, right? Like you can say I want to learn English, right? You can say I want to learn English, or I would like to learn English, right? So these are subjects. These are examples of subjects, okay? You get subjects like English. You get subjects like, do you guys know any of these subjects? Which ones do you know here? Which ones don't you know? Sam?
English, music, and history.
Okay, English,
Math.
music, and history and maths. Very good. Is that Rakshang? Okay. Let's hear Sam. Which subjects here do you know?
Music.
Okay, music. And which ones do you want to learn? Which ones do you want to learn? Which subject do you want to learn? English. You can say, I want to learn English, right? Yeah. Okay. But when you were in school, Sam, which subjects did you do in school in China? Do you see them here? In school in China, when you were still young, when you were young, did you do art And design?
No.
Did you do drama?
No.
Did you do physical education?
Yes.
Okay. And now you are doing English now, but you didn't do this in school, right?
Yes.
And music, did you do it in school?
Yes.
Okay. And maths?
Yes.
And what about history, geography?
Yes.
History and geography. And then this one is called physics. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Physics and chemistry. These ones, physics, chemistry, and science. It's
No
all
science.
no science. Okay. Here you learned about mixing chemicals. When you are dealing with chemistry, it's all about chemicals. Biology, you learn about nature and the body. Yeah, like about nature and the human body. So if you want to study medicine to become a doctor, or even if a doctor for people or a doctor for animals, you really need to know biology. Even to maybe do something in nature, like, I don't know, I think when you want to study maybe even about animals and about nature in general, you need to understand biology because it's very good to understand biology. And then physics is also, it's a lot like, you learn about, you learn more about the planets, right? You learn about the different planets in the world and what's going on in the different planets. I think it's very interesting. Are there any subjects that are not here that you learned in school, like maybe computers? Did you do computer science in school?
Yes.
Computers. And what else did you learn in school? For me, I had to also learn cooking when I was in school. I had to learn how to cook, like just basics, So that is not here. Okay, let's see. Bo, what did you have to learn in school?
English, music, history.
History, okay, like,
History
yeah.
and the math.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay.
That's
Which ones?
this one. Right.
This one, art and design.
Art and design.
Yeah, this one. So you are good with drawing. You are good at. Are you good at drawing, Bo, and design? Art and design. Okay.
Okay.
Very interesting. Okay. And what about Tang? Tang, let's hear about your subjects.
English, music, math.
Wow, that's interesting. Did any
History.
Okay, and history, yeah. And you didn't do geography. I had to learn geography.
We do have.
Yeah,
Yes.
I had to learn biology.
Biology,
Yeah.
science.
Yeah. I had to learn English when I went to primary school, I didn't do English. I only spoke my mother's language. But when I went to middle school, because we have like primary school and then there's middle school and then there's high school. So when I got to middle school, I had to do English. I started doing English and then I had to learn more advanced, more advanced, more advanced. And when I went to university, I also had to do English. I had to do everything in English. Okay, so, all right. So who else needs to tell us? Wang Sei, tell us the subjects you were doing in school. Wang Sei, can you hear us? Okay, is Wang Sei not here? Okay, it looks like he cannot hear us. Maybe he's just listening. Okay, let's see. Where is oh my goodness, it's not. Bo has already answered. I'm not listening. I cannot hear. Okay, so Bo has answered. Who still needs to answer? Who wants to tell us about what they did in school? Okay.
I like English.
Okay, good. What did you learn in school, Wang Sei, when you were in school in China? Which subjects did you learn in China?
Music.
Music, very good. And drama? You didn't do drama in school.
No.
Wow. And history?
No.
And maths?
I like.
Yes. And okay. So okay, very good. It's just yeah, okay, very good. Thank you so much, Wang Sei. Thank you. All right. So now, guys, you can see here. So these are all these are just some subjects, right? When you academic subjects. So academic means it's like formal, right? And you can study it in school. Okay? So here, like we said, you have art and design, drama, physical education, science. Okay? So this is pronounced science. Okay? And then this is pronounced chemistry. Okay? It's not chemistry, it's chemistry. Okay? Please repeat after me. Say chemistry.
Chemistry.
Very good. And here, please say science.
Science.
Very good. Yeah. Science and biology, for me, I had to learn them together when I was in school. So they call it natural science and biology. So science is more about some of the it was a little bit more, it's still to do with nature, but you had to learn more about certain chemical reactions in nature, right? Chemistry is more to do with like what you do in a laboratory, right? And then physics is more about I think it's more about the planet and all of the I suppose technical aspects of it. It's very technical, right? And then geography is more about Earth, planet Earth, like where we live, this planet. You learn about where all of the countries are in the world, like where is China, where is Africa, what is the population of China, what is the highest mountain in China. You learn about stuff like that, right? And you learn about maybe different types of rock, like what types of rock do you find in China, that type of thing. And then history, like you learned, you learn all about what happened in the past, right? In your country and in the world. And then maths is all about numbers, okay? So now, in English, when you are talking about, your studies, you can say, I would like, or you can say, I want to learn, right? So you can use adverbs like really and quite to talk about something you do a lot, and quite when something is not as strong, right? You can say, I love music. I'd really like to study it next term, right? So here you can see you have a strong desire to do this, right? You can also say, I really love English and I really want to study. I really want to study a higher level next term, or a higher level next year, right? Or I really want to write my international English test next year, or in 2 years, after 2 years, right? But here we have another sentence. Here it says, I like biology. I'd quite like to study it next year. Yeah, so here you can see your desire is to study this is not as strong, right? So it means your desire is just means the feeling you have to do something, right? So here, your feeling to do this is very strong. You feel very strongly that you need to do this. But in this sentence number 2, you don't feel that strongly that you need to do this. You say, I'd quite like to learn it. So maybe you can say, I love English and I really want to study so that I can write my international test next year. I quite like Afrikaans, right? It's another South African language. You can say, I quite like Afrikaans. And you say, I like Afrikaans. I'd quite like to learn it next year, right? So it's not as important. Maybe when you are finished learning English, you will practice your Afrikaans as well, right? So here we have, let's look at other examples. So here we have the example where it says, Bella is good at science, right? She's good at science. And she'd really like to study it at college. And here we can see Bella, and she got 100 points, right? She passed. She's holding her certificate, and she has her graduation hat on, right? So she's a really good student. And here we have Richard playing his music instrument, right? So there's Richard. This is the music instrument he's playing. It says here, Richard loves jazz, and so he'd really like to go to that music festival, right? And here we have this group. The group here is playing music, right? So they are a band. It's a music band. So it says here, this band is okay. I'd quite like to listen to their new CD. This is CD. Nobody listens to CDs anymore, right? This is old technology. I think people now listen online. Okay, but I think it means, yeah, their new album. Okay, which maybe you can listen on YouTube or wherever it's available online, maybe Spotify or whatever platforms where you can listen to music online. Okay, so CD is an old technology. This means compact disc. That's what that stands for. And I will show you, let me show you what CD looks like. It's a very old, let me show you. CD. Yeah, so this is a CD. Okay. You remember them, CD. It's very old, right? It's a very old technology. So nobody listens to CDs anymore, okay? So maybe, you can listen to the band online or something like that. All right, so let us then continue here. Now, let's look at some more vocabulary for studying, right? So, when you learn, right? So this one you see, we talk about learning. So here you are learning, right? You learn by reading. You read and you read and then you memorize, right? You memorize what you are reading, and then you can practice your instrument, right? Like this lady is doing, right? So practice here you could see in UK English, they spell it with an S, right? Can you see? And in US English it's spelled with a C, right? So here you can see the lady is practicing her instrument. But you can also practice what you learn, right? So for example, you can learn a new language and then practice that new language, right? By speaking the language. That's how you practice. And then you can take an exam, right? So to take an exam is like to take a test, right? So you can take some tests or take an exam, and when you pass the exam, it means you passed, and when you fail the exam or the test, it means you need to go back and learn again and practice again, and then you can take the test again or take the exam again. And then when you become really good, you can get your degree, right? Like maybe get your certificate or a bachelor's degree or a master's or like an advanced degree, right? In whatever. It can be in anything that you study, right? Anything that you choose to study. So that's just some studying vocabulary that you can use, okay? So now let's quickly practice what we're talking about, okay? So here you can see, for example, so let's do questions 1 to 4, but let's first look at the example. Here you can see that this sentence is scrambled, right? It starts with to do, quite an English degree, like Sheila would. So the sentence must then be, Sheila would like to do an English degree. Now, let's do number 1. Let's see if Seba can do number 1. I was trying to remember Seba's name, but my head, would not help allow me to remember. Let's see, Seba, let's hear you do number 1. Are you there, Seba? Okay, let's see. Okay, I think Seba is not hearing us. Okay, let's see who can do number 1. Put your hand up, number 1. Who can do sentence number 1? So here you can see the sentence is scrambled. It says, his driving test. Yes, Tang, let's hear you. Let's hear you. So the sentence is scrambled. How would you fix this sentence?
Jerry would really like to pass his driving test.
Good, very good. So you start with the subject, right? So Jerry would really like to pass his driving test. So he's learning to drive, right? So this one is number 2 is also scrambled. Here it says, would an IELTS test. This is IELTS is an international English language test system. Okay, so if you study English for 2 years, like you practice with me, and then after 2, and I help you every year, you go 1 level up, right? And then after practicing maybe 2 years, you can do your IELTS test. This is a very important international test, okay? So you can say IELTS or you can say IELTS. People will also know what you're talking about, right? It just means International English Language System Test. It's an international test. And depending on what you want to do with your life, this is a good test certificate, English certificate to have. Then maybe you can go to university or you can have a job anywhere in an English-speaking country. So this is what this is, right? So would an IELTS test like Ben and Sam to take really? Okay, so here when you give your answer, you can say IELTS test if you want to. If you cannot say IELTS, just say IELTS, right? Test. Who wants to do number 2? Put your hand up. It's easy. Come. Good.
Ben and Sam would like to Ben and Sam would like really to take an IELTS test.
Yes, Ben and Sam would really, don't forget Seba, really, would really like to take the IELTS test, yeah? Don't forget that last S, Seba, when you pronounce this. Please say IELTS. Yes, don't forget the last S. Very good. Wow, Seba, I am so happy. You did well. Okay. Let's see. Who wants to do number 3? Who wants to do number 3? Put your hand up. It says here, like Helen, her English would to practice quite. Tell me. Put your hand up. Give me the answer. This one is very easy. Come, guys. Okay, should we do this one together? Let's do this one together. So, Helen, right? Helen would quite like to practice her English, right? Am I right? Am I right or am I wrong? Right, wrong, right, wrong.
Right.
Good. What about number 4? Let's do number 4 together. Here it says, the piano like quite to play tonight. I'd. This one is very easy. So the subject is I'd.
I'd like
Yeah.
to play the piano.
Yeah, you say, yes, I'd. So I'd is like I would, right? I'd quite like. Yeah, to play the piano tonight. Very good. Very good. It's good, guys. Okay. So can you see how easy this is, right? So here you are just using some subjects, and you can change this for any subject that you are learning, right? It can be your school subjects, it can be your college subjects or your university subjects, or even at work, right? In your job, maybe you have to now learn about all of these new subjects, right? So maybe, let's take Sam's job as an example. So Sam cooks. So because he's a chef, now he has to learn all about the ingredients, right? The cooking ingredients. So he needs to know what is oil, what is meat, what is chicken, right? And then he has to learn about tools, like what is a pot, right? What is a stove? What is a pan? So he has to learn all of these things, right? And then he needs to learn how to cook the chicken properly, right? He needs to cook the chicken correctly, the right time. If you cook the chicken too long, then the chicken will be dry and it will not taste good, right? So you need to learn how to cook the meat and the chicken properly and all the food. So these are all things you need to learn and you need to practice, right? So you need to learn, you need to practice that, and then you need to take an exam, right? So maybe it's an exam you have to write, maybe you have to talk about the subject, or maybe you have to do it. You have to do it. The teacher says to you, okay, Sam, I want to see you cook this chicken. Okay, I want to see you cook this chicken. Start from 0. You have 5 minutes. Then Sam has to do it, right? And if the chicken burns, right, and it doesn't taste good, the teacher will say, no. Or the instructor will say, no, Sam, this is not good, right? And I know some people that study cooking, they train in different places. They go to practice in hotel schools around the world, right? And some people like to go and practice how to make sushi, maybe in Japan. And if they want to learn about Chinese cooking, then they go to practice in China, right? So then they come back with their certificate, and then they can work in, let's say, a Chinese restaurant, or if it's maybe European, then they can maybe work in a restaurant that does, that food. Like if it's French cuisine, the rules are different. You know, you need to learn the rules, and then you need to do it properly. And if it's Japanese, then you're making sushi or whatever, then you need to learn the rules, right? So it's very important, okay? So let's now quickly look at, okay, let's see how much time we have left. Now, I want us to quickly look at this, okay? So when we started learning English late last year, in December last year, we talked about articles a and the, right? So here, and I want us to continue this in the next lesson, but we are going to continue in the next lesson. And we are going to learn more about how you can talk about your subjects using articles a and the, right? And also how some sentences do not have an article, okay? So they do not have a or a the. That's what it means, right? So we are going to practice this in the next lesson, okay? So for today, I'm going to stop here. I have one question for you. For the subjects, okay, does anyone have a subject that is not here that they want to tell us about? Any subject? A subject that is not here.
Chinese.
Yes. Tell us, do you know the English for it? Yeah. So Chinese is very good. Okay, what else? What else? Tell us something different, completely different. Anyone else? Okay. Does no one have? Okay. All right. So maybe next time you can tell me. But that was very good, Tang. It's very easy. It's very easy as well. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to stop here for today because we have 1 minute left. I don't want to start another point and then the time is too short. So on Saturday, we are going to finish this book, right? We will finish, and we are going to then talk about this point I made about the articles, to talk about what you are learning, and then we will move on to the next textbook. And I'm going to send you the copies of that new textbook, yeah, because this one is finished. This textbook, we reached the end, yeah. So I will send you the new book as well in the group, okay? But we will then continue on Saturday and we will finish this first book. And I'm very excited to start the new book with you because you are progressing well, okay? So we will then stop here. I will see you on Saturday. On Saturday evening, all right? Saturday evening at 6 o'clock, yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.